Hello, and welcome back to another Website Depot podcast. As ever, I'm your host, Greg Benevent, and once again, I'm lucky to have the people from Malibu Gift here with me. I'm here with Brad and Vicky. How you doing today, Brad and Vicky? Good to see you again.
Very good. Thank you. Nice seeing you.
We're doing well. Thank you for having us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime, anytime. I remember we had a great time the last time you two stopped by. That was a hoot. Well, cool. Well, speaking of it, let's get right into it. So I know with as the year rolls on here, it's getting towards the holidays, and I know you folks have been super busy, and you did something new in terms of the special packages available for Malibu Gift. So if you could tell us a little bit more about that, that sounded fascinating.
Sure. I'll take that one.
Mhm.
Well, over the last couple of months, we've found that people like choices
Mhm.
and they like curated choices. And so what we've done is, first we built out a customized gift box idea where somebody could come in and pull together a gift box for their whomever, their significant other, for birthday, anniversary, for any occasion. That rolled itself into us creating pre-sorted gift boxes for different occasions. So we've created about 8 to 10 gift boxes for birthdays, for anniversaries, for specific holidays, the holidays for that time occasion. So we're basically into quote unquote holiday right now. We just left Halloween, going into Thanksgiving and the December holidays. It's actually driven more choice back to the customized gift box idea. People see things that they like and then say they could do it better. It's helped in a couple of ways. It's helped drive some volume, but also it's helped give the customers more choice and give them ideas on how they might gift for the special occasion. So that's why we did it. We've also changed some packaging to go along with the holidays. So we've taken our gift tins and put them into holiday colors. So any sort of gift that you send from now through the December time period will come in some updated packaging for the holiday occasion as well.
I mean that sounds great because and I was struck by when you were talking the way you used the word curated because I know like when I but like I know when I buy gifts like it's like okay I think I know what I want for the person and then eventually I'll kind of get frustrated and be like I don't know what I'm doing here, whereas it seems like with your packages you're like okay here's you can make the whole thing if you want but also hey here's something you can start from.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people like to do their own thing, but I think people like an idea of where to start. And then there's a lot of people too that are ordering multiple items and multiple gifts, and they don't necessarily want to curate every single gift. So
Right.
it helps in a couple of ways. The word curated is interesting.
Yeah.
The word curated, it's almost museum-like, right? That's
Yes.
the way that.
Mhm.
And it sounds sophisticated. It sounds elevated. So we like to use that word because our products are gourmet. So the idea of the adjective to describe the great product is that's you picked up on one. Curated is.
Right, and it's not like it's putting on airs. It's the appropriate word. It's the right word. I mean, it's not here's the bargain bin where we just threw together the stuff that had been in the back of the warehouse. This is the exact opposite. When given so many different high quality options, here are the ones that pair best together, that combine together for a specific reaction and feel and gift. Yeah, I mean, it's because I've seen some of the packages you put together, and it's interesting because I was like, I was looking at them and I was like, oh. I hadn't thought of that combination.
Right. I just had a call this morning from a customer who she said she used the word particular. She said her daughter's very particular, and it's her birthday, and so she was going through what to purchase. And I mean, talk about random. She purchased a bag of the dark chocolate covered coconut.
Oh wow!
And then a box of the dark chocolate ganache truffles. So apparently, the particularness is about dark chocolate. She must like it.
Right.
So anyway, she saw the gift boxes. She saw that the gift boxes weren't always pure in a dark chocolate assortment. So she said, hey, can I pull my own together? That type of stuff.
No, that makes so much sense. It's interesting because now that you're talking about particular and all that, it hits me like that. That helps so much with something that I always felt any gift kind of gets elevated by is the idea it's with your packages, it shows there's real effort behind it on the part of the gift giver.
That's a big deal, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
I don't, it's funny when you get a gift. I mean, when I get a gift, it's not about the cost. It's
right.
not about it. It's about someone thought about you. And the idea that someone can think about you. And, I always like the food idea because if you're giving food, they're thinking about you while they're eating it too. So it's not just when you get it, it's sort of like a reoccurring sort of thing. Yeah. So giving a gift is, one of our taglines is gift to give. I mean, giving is more satisfying than receiving. It can be for sure.
Certainly. And it's interesting you say that because that kind of piggybacks on the idea of putting effort into it. Like, while giving is better than receiving, it's I don't want to use the word earned, but like when you do put that effort into it, that's the part that makes you feel warmer. Like the part, pressing a button, sending, here's something for $10 to send to somebody, that doesn't make you feel good. But you're like, okay, I thought of this, I thought of you, we put this together, and then they love it. That's the giving to give thing.
Yeah, it makes people feel appreciated.
Mm.
When there is something. When we look for product, that sounds interesting that we would like to receive. And so there's a real kind of vast array of different things that you can select. We have for the holiday season, we kind of thought of ideas that even if you don't know specifics about a person, let's just say that they love nuts. Okay. So we have a box for the nut lovers. We have a box for dark chocolate lovers. We have wine lover gift boxes. So those are things, somebody, I've seen them have dark chocolate before, or I've seen them drink wine. And so maybe they would enjoy some, engraved glasses from Malibu Gift with a wine pour. Or so those are kinds of the things that we put together, and that you don't have to think real deep about somebody, but you can maybe know what some of their interests are, their likes are, and find an option for them.
Curate.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. We're back to that. I mean, it's interesting because as you guys are saying that, I'm thinking about, my mother in the last few years got a Beagle Basset rescue dog. And, she had to tell people after like a year or so of this, like, hey, when it comes to gifts, please give me gifts and not just the dog. And
well,
like,
we can satisfy both those because we also do natural dog
that's
treats.
exactly where I was going to go with this, is that like it's I plan on buying her these dog treats in addition to something else, because it's even with something like that, it's still a unique kind of dog treat. Like, it's still that there's that effort behind it, even giving something like that, because it is, this isn't a dog treat you're going to find at the mass block store down the street, or
yeah,
the other.
and you can find a gift for your mom and her dog, and
Right.
let her know that you've been thinking about both of them. We actually have people order boxes specifically for their pets for birthday parties. Which is,
wow.
A lot of people treat their animals as if they're their own children, and
Certainly.
part of the family, they're family members, so they celebrate their birthdays, and so we put together boxes for pets' birthdays, which is fun.
Absolutely. No, that's great. That's exactly what I plan on doing. Like, okay, here's something for you. Here's something for the dog. We got everyone covered. This is the good holiday. And speaking of that kind of gets the other thing we're going to sort of talk about, is that, hey, the holiday season, we're glad it's here. It's can be a wonderful time, but hey, 2020, the holiday season may be different in a lot of ways from ones that have been in the past, and I was hoping you could tell us more about that from your perspective there.
Yeah, kind of unprecedented, right? We don't know exactly what it's going to look like. Some people are instructed that they, can't celebrate Thanksgiving in a traditional way. They have to limit the number of people, limit the number of venues they can attend. And so it is unprecedented. So, I'll let Brad maybe kind of dive into what we've done specifically to address it, because there's a lot of things we've had to consider.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about timing and things. Right. I mean, so to your point, it's sort of a new phase. It might not seem new. I mean, this has been going on since February, right? But you're every day you're learning something new, especially if you're running a business, right? And running a business, right? Some of the things that we found is, this COVID thing has shut the airlines down. Well, most people don't understand that USPS, the belly of planes, is filled with a bunch of mail. And so when routes get shut down because there's no traffic in the airline industry, your mail's impacted. Now, that's not even just with USPS that there's an impact on delivery. It's all of them. It's FedEx, it's UPS, Amazon, since they own their own, they don't seem to have that kind of problem. Although I will not say that's true. That's what they say.
You have that problem.
They are as late as everybody else, so they just protest more, right?
That's certainly true. Yes.
There's same-day delivery anymore.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Part of it is, I think, the way that they staff. They there's people that aren't working. There's people that are quarantined. It affects their staff.
Yeah, so it's not just the flights.
Right.
It's the human piece of it as well. And so because of that, we've had some we've had some problems. We've had a couple of problems where, Arizona doesn't have very many flights during the summer, and we're delivering chocolate. That's a bit
Oh,
of a challenge
geez.
because it's
Yeah.
on the road for 7 days, and there's dry ice doesn't last that long. So we've learned that a couple of things, and like Vicky's saying, and we've incorporated them into the business. And I think the message here to the customers and to the people who are sort of going to live through this, which is all of us, is do it early. Just shop early. Shop early. Think about it early. Get it in. And on our site, and this goes for any site, you order from anybody. You can talk about when to ship. So, like we say, get your order in early. Tell us when you want it to be there. We can estimate better than you because you get on every day and you look and it tells you how many days, of service it's going to take. We ship priority. It doesn't matter. There's no more overnight. It's one day. I mean, it's one time period. So you tell us.
It doesn't matter the cost. There is no 1 day delivery.
Right, and they'll
guarantee it 2 to 3 days if it gets there in 5. So that's been our problem in the summer. Like Brad had said, the product is natural and it arrives and it's destroyed, even though we cold pack it. So there's a lot of unknowns. That's going to be less of an issue in the winter, but still, if you put in the comments section of your order, we'd love to have this delivered around the middle of December. We're going to better be able to estimate when it would arrive there by the middle of December, because we're doing this every day.
And we've solved the problem for the cold packing. It's unfortunate, but we have to use styrofoam. We don't like to use styrofoam, but we use it during a time period when, absolutely necessary, or it's going to take 7 days to get there. So we don't want to disappoint.
Right.
And, hopefully they'll recycle. So, to that point, we've learned a lot about cold packing, and we're going to end up cold packing into Florida for holiday too. It's still 90 degrees.
Oh, right.
So we'll end up cold packing there. We'll end up estimating the shipping. If you guys order early, it's just going to help you ensure that the gift arrives for your Zoom party.
Right. No, I mean, as you were saying that, I was thinking about like, okay, that's what you're saying is kind of mirrored the journey. I think a lot of businesses and even people have kind of been on, where it's like, okay, the optimum perfect option. Well, that may not necessarily be in play now, but there are adjustments that can be made that can still make the best out of this season. Like you mentioned the styrofoam, like you mentioned the cold packing, you kind of look through all of the options that are available that can make this happen. It seems like you picked the best of what was going on.
Well, you do what you have to do, and and you evolve as you have to. And this business is fairly new for us, and I think that we probably are able to evolve a bit and migrate a bit more than others. So happy that we can service, and happy that we can drive. I want to say a good result, and a good result means delivering a great gift. So
yeah, we've had to learn to pivot just like every other business.
Right.
It's not easy, and like Brad said, we've learned a lot of lessons. But hopefully we've learned them early enough to be able to make the holiday season efficient and effective and a pleasant experience for our customers. So that's our goal, and we've been working hard at it. So
and in doing that, and in migrating and evolving, I just want to talk a little bit about everything that we have to offer for this kind of time period. We're talking specifically, we're talking specifically, but we've been mentioning holiday, but it's not just a holiday. It's any occasion to celebrate, any occasion for gift giving. So, we've spent a lot of time curating gift boxes, giving people ideas for occasions. We spent a lot of time building and creating and delivering new product. For instance, we just added a whole milk chocolate assortment.
Hey.
This thing started out with, dark chocolate combined with wine tasting and, red wine, dark chocolate, etc. And it's migrated itself into, a very nice chocolate business as well. So the extension into milk chocolate was a natural. So we've added new products and extended products that are currently working.
Oh, good.
Cookies. We got a great order, a couple of orders on our cookie sandwiches after the election.
Mm.
The all-American cookie sandwich, which is decorated, and it's 2 cookies with like a cream filling that's surrounded with red, white, and blue sprinkles. Well, and you want to talk? Okay, so this isn't an occasion. This was a gift that was given.
Okay.
And the good part about good or bad, we get to
Mhm.
read all the messages that come through as people are gifting.
Okay.
So this message said, "Yay, can't say more." So, obviously, it was like somebody kind of like digging a little bit about the election results or something like that, I think. But so we continue to offer product that's engaging. We continue to offer product that's engaging for an occasion, and we've curated some ideas for you. But most importantly, is we've added new products. So once you get an idea from the curated boxes, go do your own in our customized gift box section, because we spent a lot of time pulling that together too. So you can make your own great idea and do exactly what that person did. That was a customized gift box where she ordered 4 of the same cookie because she was going to make a point.
I see. Right.
Maybe there were 4 people she needed to make the point with. Who knows? But so to that point, I mean, you may not know all the specifics about somebody. Maybe they just happen to like dark chocolate, or maybe they just happen to really love coffee, or whatever it is. But you also have the ability to think about, okay, I know they love coffee, and then they also love this, and they might like this. So you can customize it, which is really nice, a nice option.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been, as I've looked at your site and worked with you folks for a minute, I've been, I was very struck by, just how many different occasions there can be to buy someone a gift. I like to think of myself as a generous and creative person. And yet when I looked at your site, I was like, oh, I hadn't thought of any of this. This is well beyond what I had considered it. And even beyond, you mentioned the lady with the election who was, continuing the cause there through delicious cookies, which seems as efficient mode of political advocacy as any. But yeah, I mean, if you could speak a little bit about some of the other occasions, even beyond, the holiday season that is just about upon us.
Sure. Well, you touched on something there that I think we should address is, there's a lot of occasions, a lot of reasons to give gifts. That doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money every time. Remember, we just went back to the idea that somebody thinking about you is worth $1 million. So, we offer a lot of great, we call them treat gifts or treats, where you can gift for $10 to $15 plus shipping. So it's not like you have to spend $100 on a gift box. It's not like you have to spend $50. Any occasion works. The ones that we focused on, everybody, and it's not hard. Nobody's a genius here. Get on Google and find out what the best occasion is. And you're going to see that anniversaries are one of the strongest. The second is birthday. And then it is the traditional, typical holiday of which, falls within the time frame. So, and by the way, there's a holiday for anything. Right. So, we will, Halloween for us, we thought, well, are we going to build out Halloween? Well, yeah, because it's going to be a strange Halloween. We thought. I think there are more people that trick and treated than we thought were going to. Some showed up at our door, but, you go into Christmas and you go into, think about this, think about Christmas and think about if you have a business. If you have a business, you have clients. You have to give, right? Yeah. You got to thank your client for the business. So we also offer unbelievable client gift boxes for those businesses that want to say, hey, look, we got 20, 30 clients we need to ship gifts to. By the way, our site is set up so you can, on one order, order as many items as you want, shipped to as many addresses as you want. So it becomes a very easy order option. That happens as you go into the checkout mode. But order as many items as you want, and then it'll ask you where you want to ship them, or if you want to ship them to one place or multiple places. So, you've got the occasions are good not just for individuals, but they're good for businesses. Certainly. So anyway, birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, and then client-based focus. Those are sort of the occasions or type of quote unquote occasions that we're really driving towards. It covers almost everything. Yeah. Thinking of you is another one that COVID kind of brought up.
Right.
as a stronger need. So we're building that out a little bit more with some curated boxes. But those are really the primary occasions, and it kind of encompasses most everything.
Wow.
What's
Yeah.
really funny is that we have, and I guess it's probably the product itself. We have a lot of people that focus on their pets or other people's pets, which is fun.
Huh.
You know, so I think that's pretty interesting. You can find a lot of different pet products all over the place, but to really kind of have a focus on a pet's birthday or a pet's birthday party or whatever it is, it's kind of fun. And so you can go into the section of our website and actually look at occasions and drop down and see the different options that there are. And it might just get you thinking about what you would want to do for somebody, if not for the holidays in the future.
Right. I mean, yeah, as you were talking, I was thinking like, man, just thinking of youthing, and then, in a tough year where certainly a lot of folks are struggling, what a lovely, fun, and like buoyantly silly thing is like, okay, we're going to go all in on this pet's birthday. What a lovely pick me up that would be at any
Or you're
time.
stuck together too. I mean, my dog, I don't think since February has left my side. I
Right.
mean, used to, but now, I mean, you're at home, or it's
Pets have been a huge, huge blessing in this pandemic. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, cultures have ever had, such a turnout in people adopting pets. I mean, I know locally that's been a real blessing for our neighborhood too, is that everybody is so appreciative of their pets and how much joy they bring them and comfort. And so they are thinking of them more often. And a lot of people are videoing, hey,
Right.
so-and-so's having a birthday and here's what we got him. And, they're just having fun with it because, you're stuck at home in four walls. And I tell you what, I'm not sure what I will do when we go back to the office. We're going to be bringing our dogs.
Right.
I think a lot of people are.
It's going to be a more pet-friendly environment.
It wasn't such a normalized thing before the pandemic, but I think anybody that goes into an office after the pandemic is going to be bringing their dogs.
so think about how we curated
there it is.
business, right? Chocolate, wine, dogs, our animals. And we also,
let's not forget our coffee.
Right.
Well, our coffee, our vintage items, yes, all that stuff. But those three things right there, I mean,
yeah.
Take a moment.
That's an industry of joy and pleasure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, that is absolutely true. Well, this has been great. Is there anything? Is there any last thoughts or anything else you'd like to add? It feels like we covered so much throughout the course of this.
I would just say shop early, and that's for any shopping. I mean, just being a retailer on this end, and it's suppliers are impacted, shipping is impacted. Just don't be late. That's all.
Gotcha.
I think it's more important this year than ever before, because it's unprecedented, and it's everybody's been able to kind of stabilize and normalize with retail businesses in the past. They've lessons learned, so they've kind of got it wired. This year just threw everybody into a loop, and it's affected every aspect of business, every aspect. So thinking ahead is probably more important than it ever has been before.
Gotcha. Well, that is great. That this is a lot of really good, helpful, and real actionable advice that people can take for this holiday season and really any other, in terms of giving gifts that matter and also making sure they get there when they should. So that well, thank you so much for coming back out. I mean, not verbs that imply movement, for coming back on, or whatever the proper phrase is. We're so glad to have you folks here again. Well, on behalf of Website Depot, Greg Benevent signing off. Take it easy and have a good night.
Thank you.